Hey everybody, it's AC Green. For those of you that know me, I do a radio show in Chicago, and for those who listen to that radio show, thank you very much. Anything you need, any resource you need, if I have it, go to my website, theacgreenshow.com. Now, it was a big election yesterday, presidential election. Many of you all had a horse in the race. You either had Kamala Harris or you had Donald Trump, now soon to be the 47th president, who was the 45th president of the United States of America. Look, however you feel about this, you got to know it still matters more what happens in our houses than what happens in the White House. But if you want to break down what happened in that election, it's really simple. You have a candidate that could not pull it. If I'm putting a quarterback in a game and they're not able to lead the team. I know it, I get it. The media sold her to you. They packaged her well to you, but she was not marketable. Because somebody packages something well doesn't mean it's gonna sell. Because at some point, people are gonna open up that packaging and they're gonna look inside and they're gonna try the product. And when they opened it up, when it came to Kamala Harris, it wasn't nothing there. I mean, it's just that. I get it. You know, she's a person is capable and can do something. That doesn't mean they will do something or that they're effective at doing that thing that they say they can do. How many of you all had a child that, or a young person who wanted to drive your nice car? I got some cars back here, man. I got a Corvette sitting over there, 2016. There's no way that I was going to let my son at 12 years old take that car and hang out and drive with his friends. I wasn't going to let that happen. Not that he was not a good child. Not that he was not potentially capable of driving. But I wasn't going to put that responsibility on a 12-year-old. And see, what we do, because we're not digging deep into politics, we kind of deal just on the surface, you all. Would you let somebody who can add and subtract, multiply and divide, somebody who can add 1 + 1 is 2 and 12 + 12, 24, would you let somebody like that be your accountant dealing with all of your money? Or would you rather have somebody who could add and subtract and had expertise and special skills and even education when it came to accounting? Come on. Never ran for presidential office. There was no primary. And then besides that, she was thrown into the race. Joe Biden, who did it out of spite because he was upset, pissed off at Obama and Nancy Pelosi for kicking him out the race. So don't blame the people that didn't turn out to vote or the people that voted against her or people that voted for Donald Trump. What the Democratic Party should do is look inside of itself. There's some problems in the Democratic Party, some real problems. See, if you kick a dog long enough, I don't care how much that dog loves you, that dog is going to find somebody else. Nobody is going to settle for an empty plate forever. They're going to go somewhere where they can be fed. And sometimes people will go to get fed by people that will poison them for lack of having anything to eat on the other side. I want you all to think of what I'm saying. So I think the Democratic Party has to do a whole lot of soul searching. They have to do a whole lot of soul searching to say, hey, listen, you know, what was wrong with a real conversation and not just studying reparations? What was wrong with us having real conversations about reparations? What was wrong with us, listening to the people that we say voted for us, black folks? What was wrong with us not sending all that money over to Ukraine and maybe looking into the black communities and doing specific things for these communities that have been voting for us for years? There is a structural problem there. So what they're going to do, they're going to get you in your feelings and call it misogyny, black men voting for a woman. What do when you know you got some issues and you don't want to look inside yourself? You blame everybody else. That's what the Democratic Party is doing, blaming everybody else instead of getting your own house in order. That's what should be happening. It's nowhere in the world that you're going to run a campaign and not communicate like Kamala Harris did, not openly talk about the deeper things about yourself and about your policy. I get it. You all say she had a platform, she had all that. Listen, y'all, you got to be able to be nimble-minded when you are running for elective office. Look at Obama. Look at Michelle Obama. You all really believe Michelle Obama couldn't have pulled that? Yeah, she could have pulled it, because she would have been able to think her way through it the whole time. Kamala Harris didn't even do press conferences. She wouldn't do it. They wouldn't put her out there. She turned down Joe Rogan, the biggest podcaster in the country. There was a dinner in New York City on behalf of Catholics. That's a historic dinner they have every 4 years, the Al Smith dinner. She didn't even show up. Family. It was a problem with the candidate. Listen, for all of my football fans, you know that if you put a quarterback in the game and that quarterback is not able to lead the team, or if you put a coach over a team that's really good, but the coach cannot lead the team, they can't call the plays, you do know you will probably not be a champion. So you gotta have a leader that can carry the day. With those numbers that I saw in this campaign, Joe Biden probably wouldn't have lost as bad. And you know Joe Biden ain't ready to run. Those numbers were bad, you all. For about 20% of black voters to vote for a Republican and Donald Trump at that, it's not so much that Donald Trump is so great, it's that the Democrats and their policies are so bad. It's some things you don't even need to talk about, man, like transgendering young children without telling their parents. That's a part of their platform. Did you know that? So you tell men this, now you got Hispanic men and their wives, they're not voting. 42% of Hispanics voted for Donald Trump, y'all. 20% of black men voted for Donald Trump. A whole bunch of white women voted for Donald Trump. So that big wave of women that were voting, they were voting for Donald Trump. They voted for the Democrats. They were not voting for her. They didn't have no passion. She exuded no passion. And then she thought that you can put star power on the stage and that would replace her doing her thing. Now, Oprah, nobody's listening to Oprah about who to vote for. Nobody's listening to Lady Gaga about who to vote for. Nobody is trying to hear J-Lo talking about who to vote for. J-Lo needs to be worried about trying to figure out how she's going to get in and around this Diddy thing. You know, nobody's trying to hear that, to think that you can replace the main act, Kamala Harris, with some entertainment. You had Glorilla on the stage dancing. Come on, Meg Thee Stallion on the stage dancing. Come on, family. They playing in our faces. And at some point, it was going to be the chickens coming home to roost. This wasn't just a win for Donald Trump. This was a landslide for Donald Trump. You're talking about the Senate, probably the House. You're talking about getting the popular vote along with the Electoral College. That's a big deal. And so some of you are going to see this video and you're going to say to yourself, well, you know, AC, he just really just don't like, women. That you couldn't be further from the truth. But I'm never going to go along to get along. And I'm going to always tell you the truth. She was a bad candidate. Even Joe Biden, when he was running, you all, Joe Biden did not have a primary. He never had. He went unopposed. They did it on purpose. The Democratic Party didn't want him to compete against anybody. So you let a man that you knew had onset dementia, you let him run for a second term. Why did they let him do that? They could have stopped that and put somebody else in the race, even if it wasn't Kamala Harris. A lot of good candidates. That governor in Maryland, the one that Obama really likes, you could have put him in the race. Why would you put yourself in the position to lose to somebody that you said wanted to be a dictator? Why would you do that? When you got in office and you knew black folks were the reason you got in office because you said it, why wouldn't you make sure they were straight? Why would you put yourself in the position you had 4 years to let this man come back and do his thing? If you say he's all bad like that, why would you put yourself in that position? Seems to me, if you knew you just escaped the guy because you beat him the last time, it seems to me that you would have done everything possible so he never gets a chance to get a hold on your people again. So what do you need to do? Take care of your people. But you didn't take care of your people. Democratic Party, you didn't take care of your people. You got to take care of your people, Democratic Party. In a lot of ways, you all, those who voted for Donald Trump, you may not see this today, but keep this video because it's probably going to show to be true, prove to be true. What the Democratic Party had, folks, was not good. Why do you think Hispanics voted for Donald Trump? A lot of people say, why would they vote for Donald Trump? Well, many Hispanics, you all, they came here legally. They know what was in those other countries, and they didn't want anything to do with it. They were leaving those countries to come here. And then Joe Biden and Kamala Harris opened the border wide open and let those criminals out of those countries come in here without being vetted. Nothing wrong with immigration. Nothing wrong with people coming to America. You know that. But there's a process to do it. Why would you usurp the process and let them come any kind of way? Do they do our people like that? Do they let our people function any kind of way? Come on, family. They did that because they had a purpose. And one of those purposes was to replace those who had been doing the work, but now they wanted a return on their work. And that's black people. So what do? Open the border and let folks in that's going to be beholding to you. So now they'll choose to work for less. Now you don't have to get those black folks all that stuff. Family, it was a whole plan. I need us to wake up. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just being honest with you. You want me to be honest with you, right? I'm being honest with you. We need to make sure that we are holding our elected officials accountable. Is Donald Trump going to be great? I don't know any president that's been great, quite frankly. I'm going to take care of my house, which is why I wrote that book, which is why I'm coaching people. So over the next 4 years, they can grow a business and put $1 million at least in their pocket. Go get the book, My 4-Year Term. Yeah, it lays out strategies in that book. And then I'm going to help you get where you're trying to go. Family, we cannot call it other than how we see it. We can't make something be that's not. You can't put lipstick on a pig. This election was a shit show. The whole thing. They forced her in there 107 days. Joe Biden should have left after his first term. He should never run for a second term. They should have had primaries on the Democratic side so you could choose from somebody. They didn't have that. They just put Biden back in there, knowing he was sick. Put him back in there. And then when they had to kick him out after that debate, they pushed her in there. You're going to tell me that's how something should be run? There's no reason in the world why Donald Trump should have beaten any Democrat except that Democrats thought they could sell you anything and that you'll buy it. That's the whole thing. That's what makes me upset with them. They believe that they can just serve you up anything. And I don't mean Kamala Harris. I mean these policies. And you wasn't going to be looking and that you'll go along with them. We need to make them rethink their tactics, and we need to hold them accountable. All right, so go in the comments. Let me know what you think. You don't have to agree with me. Many of you all will not agree with me. Some of you all will agree with me, but I'm not playing the game based on who agrees with me. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of my family, and I'm going to take care of my people, and that means you. I got, we got hundreds of clients and customers. Anybody need a mortgage modification, you go to theacgreenshow.com. Now, the mortgage modification to help you lower your monthly mortgage is not available across the country, just in Illinois. So take care of that. If you want to be a licensed insurance agent, though, all over the country, I can help you. Not only can I help you get a license in insurance, I can help you with the marketing that can put $1 million in your pocket over 4 years. And over 4 years, what we want to do is we want to create at least 200 millionaires over 4 years. The time it takes January 20th when Donald Trump gets in office, 4 years later, I want to have created a minimum number of millionaires. I want you to be a millionaire. I want you to know what it feels like. I want you to know what it tastes like. I want you to know the energy of making $1 million a year. But you got to get your license. Why is that license so important? Because so many people are retiring. When you retire, you turn 59 and a half years old, or you leave a job for any reason, that 401k, 403b, 457 plan, that deferred comp, that plan through your job, well, that plan can be moved into an index annuity, which will give you a guaranteed income for the rest of your life with no risk of losing the money. And so many don't know that. Then they don't know about the infinite banking concept. Then they don't know about the IUL. And then you want to make sure that your family, friends, everybody around you has a basic insurance policy so that when they pass away, then their family can be taken care of, right? Y'all listen, we can help each other make this happen. If you need any of these resources, all right, here's where you go. theacgreenshow.com or My 4-Year Term. Either one, and you'll see on the resources, you'll see where you can get the resources. If you want to join my team, if you want to be one of those 200 people that we help to become a millionaire over the next 4 years, check my record. Go to my website, theacgreenshow.com. For 16 years, we've been helping our community. That's why I talk straight to you. Do you want somebody who just tells you what you want to hear, or do you want somebody that'll tell you the truth as they see it and stand behind that truth? Well, I do the same thing when it comes to helping you with your stuff. If I talk to you and I'm a good person for the team, and I assess that your character is good, and I can work with you and I can coach you, and I'm going to help you get to $1 million, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So people like that, they're just not going to go along with anything. And I'm that guy. I'm not going to go along with anything. I'm not going to let anybody else fool me and fool you. And I'm not going to let you fool me, right? And then if you coach by me, I ain't going to let you fool yourself. So if you're ready to be coached by a real one like me, if you're ready to go to the next level in your life, if you want to see what can happen over the 4 years of a president, when you're thinking about yourself, when you know it matters more what happens in your house than what happens in the White House, if you're ready for that, then you get with me. Go to the website, theacgreenshow.com, or you can go to my 4-year term, or you can call this number, 708-300-6198. Take the number down. You can call the number, leave a message, and then my team will get it, and I'll call you back directly. You want to get your life insurance license. You want to get the training attached to that license anywhere in the country. I can help you do this. And over the next 4 years, put you on a route to make $1 million. Do you hear what I'm saying? At least $1 million, and then be tracking that with $200,000 and $300,000 a year. It's a big need out here, everybody. You gotta know where to dig. A lot of us are digging. We're doing our thing, but we digging in the wrong spot. And I want to show you how to dig in the right spot. You with me? All right. Go to my website, theacgreenshow.com, or my4yearterm.com. Go to comments. Let me know what you think about this video. We are not always going to agree, but that's fine. We need to have conversation, critical thinking conversation. All right. Love you.